Will this be in the way right here if I do that? All right, cool.
Here. Bum, bum, bum. Hey,
You work
look.
at the data center, huh? What do you do?
Full data technician. So I go in there and I install all the cabling, do all that mess.
I did that for a while when I was younger for electrical side, but
Oh, yeah?
try to get here.
Let's see, here we go.
How far do we go back when we talk about me?
As far back as you want to go. See, there we go. Hey, guys. Let's see. All right. Get the people going. We must protect the Second Amendment. Yeah, that's right, Arthur. Yep. Getting everything in, getting everything going. Just kind of setting up the scene here. There we go. Let's pull you in just a...
You know, with the half face.
Yeah, you with the half face there.
Half face.
How about that? Look at that. Now we get your little half face off. There you go. All right, no more half face. There. Now people can actually see us.
Motley crew.
Let's see. There we go. So, I'm sure you heard that, but nobody else did, so don't worry about it. Oh, let's see. Okay, good. Got everybody up and going. See everything there. Hey, Erica, Nicole, good to see you. Dylan, buddy. All right. We got about a minute and a quarter before we actually start this show up, so. It's not morning, Nicole. It's not morning. Nice. Cool. You got yourself good? All right. You're ready. We're ready. Yeah. Okay. We're good. We're here. Yeah, you can tuck away if you need to, but let's hope you don't. All right. Okay, guys, we have about 30 seconds before everything hits, so I'm going to go ahead and go radio silent, and we will see you on the other side of the music.
Am I supposed to hear that right there or no?
Oh, you will.
Okay. So awesome you can do wherever. Just connect in.
Hello, everybody. You're listening to the Defenders of American Exceptionalism. We are live. You can find us basically anywhere that you can find any other podcast station. But most exclusively, you can find us on Mojo 50 Radio. Go to mojo50.com. You can find us there. You can also go to iHeartRadio. Go to the Mojo 50 radio station. You can find us there. You can find us at Mojo 50. You can find us at DOAE Show. And if you go to DOAE Show, go to DOAEshow.com. Find some awesome swag there over at the shop. You can also get the latest articles that we have posting and the latest of our radio shows there. Tonight, I have with me the founder, the president, the CEO of Tar River Arms. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hey, that sounds great. I like that. All the way put it. Yep.
Yep.
Get closer, getting used to this. Hey, everybody. My name is Kurt Lieberman, and I'm the owner, founder, CEO, president. I like all that stuff.
Yeah.
Tar River Arms out of Wake Forest, North Carolina.
There you go. And so you've been doing this for how long now?
I started the business. I've been in the passion of guns since I was a baby, probably born with one. But as far as the business is concerned, 2 years now.
2 years? Okay. And so out of that 2 years, what really got you going into the business side?
To put it shortly, there's a long answer, there's a short answer. I like to see things go boom. You know, you always do better on the things that you're passionate about.
Yeah.
And, you know, I just love to see things go boom. And so I started selling guns. It also became a thing where I wanted the latest and newest gun. And obviously we all have budgets and things like that we have to worry about. So I was buying, trading, and selling. And before I knew it, I looked at a stack of paperwork that I had. And I said, oh, my God, I must have sold 100 guns that I had to get the latest and newest. I said, I can do this. So I started it.
So you were just kind of trading back and forth, doing a few things here and there, and you realized, oh, crap, I've done way more transactions in selling guns than I really should have as an individual, so why not make a business out of it?
A whole lot more than my wife knew, actually. But yeah, you know what? All those trades and things like that's a legal process, and I just realized that, one, not only could I do it, that I like doing it.
Yeah.
And so I like the guns that I see come into my shop today, and I like to just look at it and touch, and then I like to sell them to a good home almost. They're almost like my babies when they go out. Strangely.
I don't know how to change that. That's kind of awkward.
I like to feel them and raise them, right?
Hey.
And then find a good home for them.
There you go. As long as it's nice, clean, and it's a good home for everybody, everybody's good to go.
Yeah.
So you've been doing this for 2 years. You've been setting this up. You told me that you have a 5-year plan.
I do.
This 5-year plan obviously has some marketing and everything like that going into it. Is there anything that you want to share with the people about what's going on?
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, well, I don't want to give away too much, right? Because there's a lot of competitors out there. But yeah, I mean, what you see today, right? I really feel that this industry as a whole is 25 years, 30 years ago, right? People, we called somebody today, and I'm not dogging other gun stores, but we called somebody today, and he didn't know how to do an email to send me the info that I needed to ship, right? It's like, they're still using fax. So there's all these things that I think that the gun industry needs from an online perspective. I also think that there's a huge audience of people that buy everything that they get, Amazon.com, whatever, right? They get all these things online, but they won't do a gun. And really why? I think it's because there's just no comfort in a flat picture, right? There's no comfort in what they see. They don't understand the details, and they don't understand. There's just, I got to go in and see it.
Right. You have to feel it. It's a tactile thing. You have to know how it feels in your hand, how it sets, the grip. Does it feel right?
Right. And some of that still exists today, right? There's going to be a large audience, but there's a lot of people that know what they want. There's a lot of people that are as passionate about me, and they want to buy online, but they won't. And so my concept here is to say, how do I make that the best possible experience for you while you're sitting on your couch, right? Bring the gun store to your couch is kind of what I say a lot.
Right.
And I want to do that in a virtual gun store, right? That's what we're all about, America's virtual gun store. And I want to take that. I want to take that further. There's going to be a lot of different things that come, right? Today we're doing 3D. That's just the start. 3D picture. You could see the gun that you're looking at, all the different angles.
Full 360 turn.
Yep. You can interact with it, so you get a little bit more comfort in that.
Yeah.
And then we're going to take that a little further, right? We're going to take that further, maybe through Skype, maybe through video, right? Maybe through online chats. We'll see how it goes.
Okay. Gotcha. Now, like you said, you feel like you may have been born with a gun, that things that you've liked things that go boom, that all that. So you're into the boomsticks, and you've known and your way around boomsticks for quite a while. But you have a military background.
I do. Marine Corps, Semper Fi to my devil dogs out there.
Gotta love that.
Yep.
Once again, folks, never forget. So, what'd you do?
What did I do in the Marine Corps?
Yeah.
I was a supply guy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I spent a little bit of time over in Okinawa on the USS Dubuque, floating around in the Far East. Got to go see Hong Kong. Got to go see Guam. Got to spend a little time in Okinawa. And then my last 2 years was in New Orleans, as a matter of fact.
Nice.
Crazy place to be. Not a military place, right? Not one you would assume with that, but a lot of fun.
Gotcha. I believe that one of our listeners, her husband is overseas in Japan right now.
Ah, hoorah.
Yeah. So that's
a great place.
That's apparently he's having a lot of fun.
If he's
there.
not scuba diving, he should. Seriously, that's one of the best places in the world to go scuba diving. There's no doubt about it.
I did not know that.
Yeah. I guess there's a lot going on over there in Okinawa. I think there's a lot of frantic stuff going on about moving a base. They're moving Camp Fatina or something. I saw something about that the other day.
I have no idea.
Yeah, they're protesting and all that good stuff.
Really?
Yep.
Why?
Yep.
Do you know?
They don't want us there.
Oh, anymore?
They don't. Yeah, it's been a long thing going. Even when I was there in the '90s, it's really, they just the presence, right? We got a lot of bases on that island.
Yeah.
And and we tend to do stupid things too. To be honest, let's be honest. We tend to do, right? So problems come from that, right? And so, but yeah, I think that they're tired of our presence there. That's a guess, but so I'm not speaking that as a fact. So
there you go.
Claim that, but yeah.
Okay. Oh, actually, it looks like my my co-host was stationed there as well. So there you go. You guys have something in common.
Right, there you go, Dylan. I
Hey.
think I've seen his name on my page.
Yeah, you have seen
Thank you for
this.
showing up. Yep.
His name is definitely on your page. By the way, Dylan, call after the show. Call after the show. Now, with everything that we have going on, obviously, you're here, you're at the house, you're hanging out with me, but I'm sure people want to know what's going on with your site, what you're doing, and if you brought anything with you.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, the site, we're going through a rebranding effort.
Okay.
And I'll say, we were talking about this earlier, right? That, I'm way ahead of where I thought I would be at this point in time, so I'm having to try to catch up. We think we got to rebrand. We're doing a new logo. We're creating a new site. Should go live next week sometime. Don't hold me to that, Facebook and everybody that's listening. But we think it's going to be much easier, right? That's the whole process of everything we're doing. Everything we do is to make it easier for you to see what you want and understand what you're getting and make that purchase, right?
Right.
So that's where we're heading with that. And then, I did bring sitting there struggling, trying to figure out, hey, I'm going to be on a show. I might as well take advantage of it and do a pretty good deal. So, excuse me for a second.
He's not reaching for anything that's... Well, he is reaching for a gun, so...
I am reaching for a gun,
yeah.
So let's figure out how do I get that here?
Over here, this side? Yep, there you go.
Opposite direction. So what we're going to do here, this is a 6-hour P229C.
Mm-hmm.
It's a new item, right? I don't want to point that at you.
That's okay. Here.
Yeah, it's unloaded, but trigger hammer cocked, right? That's kind of there. I did check it. But it's a 6-hour P229C. We're going to put it on special. It's a $989 gun. If you go to my site right now and you type in E29C in the search bar, that will show up. It's for $719. We're discounting it pretty heavy. Like I said, 6 hours no longer going to be making these guns. I like that. You're doing pretty good. This is like gun TV, gun talk.
There you
gun
go.
Talk with Kurt.
Gun talk.
Gun talk with Kurt. TRA gun talk.
That's it.
Yeah, but if you go, we have only 10 of these. So, and that's probably going to be it. We're not going to be able to get any more.
It's going to be gone by the end of the weekend, guys.
And one thing, let's hope so, right? That's the idea. But I think I'll say with guns in this one, right, this is a really solid built gun. And a lot of times guns they're not necessarily an investment per se, right?
Right.
But in these cases where guns are no longer being made, and if you hold on to it long enough, you'll get your money back out of it, right? If you decide to sell it, you shoot it some, and it may be worth something, right? They may come back and say, hey, I want that 229C, but we can't find them anywhere, right? So
right.
Good opportunity.
Definitely. And that's tarriverarms.com.
Yep.
And then you type in what?
E29C in the search bar.
And by the way, guys, I know I don't have the biggest hands in the world, so it's don't mind me, but the feel of this in your hand, it's literally just right. Your pinky's right there at the bottom. You've got just enough set for your finger. Everything's going just right with this. The grip is great. If I had the cash on hand, I might buy this off of him right now. But
that's actually an upgraded grip, right? It's a G2C. They put a lot of upgrades into this gun as they did it. There's even a decocker on it, and some other things on there. It's just awesome. It's an awesome gun. I've sold a lot of these, and people love them.
Yeah.
And so I got the last 10 that we had from my dealer that I get them from. Bangers, great group of folks that have really helped me out. I have a dealer. It's a legal dealer. Where are you gonna go with that?
Yeah.
I could go a lot of directions. Yep. All right, we'll go back. We'll go back to the gun.
It'll be legal.
Yep.
But so you guys have this. Obviously, you've got about 7 or 8 different guns that you have on sale right now. Is that right?
We do. Yeah, we started running some specials last week, closeouts. Like every time we see that there's guns that are just kind of sitting there. Yeah. And my baby's got to go, right? So we'll put them out on closeout, and we're going to start doing that more and more as I get more structured in what I'm doing and how I do it. We're going to start doing more closeouts, weekly closeouts. So there'll always be deals going. Yeah.
So you got you got a 5.56 in there. You've got you got a couple of 5.56s.
I do.
You have a couple of 9mm, a couple 22s from Kel-Tec, which are very nice. American made.
Yeah, the Kel-Tec ones, those PMR 30s, they call those the poor man's H&K.
Yeah, they're 22s.
Yeah, they're 22s. They're really good. They feel like an H&K in some of the H&K pistols that are out there.
Right,
fun to shoot, right? 22s ammo it's really fun to shoot.
And really cheap.
Yeah, a lot of people practice with 22 ammo with the guns that they carry in real life that are 9mm because it is cheaper to shoot.
Oh yeah, definitely cheaper to shoot. Oh, let me see there. There we go. So we have this guy here, you got the AR 5.56 Ruger. Is the Ruger gone?
The Ruger just left. The last one I had just on the way here.
Okay, so the Ruger's gone, guys. No more Rugers. You can't do it. No more Rugers.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Wait. Yeah, the Ruger that was on special is gone, but there are some other ones. Yeah, there's a Ruger.
I was waiting for that.
Yeah, no, okay, you can't. We gotta go careful because I don't have just one gun. But yeah, the Ruger MPR, which is a fantastic gun. It's $1,000 gun. That's on sale as well. They were really, really big last year. I couldn't keep them in stock. They finally brought them back around.
Yeah,
they're really, really nice.
Very cool. Very cool. Now, we have that. We've got that going on. I have a couple stories that I need to get to because this isn't just a topical thing, but a couple things I wanted to hit on. Just want to get your opinion as I go through it. So if you find something interesting, just stop me.
All right.
Let it go. So first and foremost, Iowa schools starting a mandatory firearms training class this spring. This is for 7th and 8th graders. It's not optional.
I love it. I do. I love it. I've always said that gun safety is gun knowledge, right? And so I never really worried about my kids per se because I taught them what a gun would do. I took them shooting. I helped them understand the power and the fun of it, right? And the danger of it. I always worried about when they went to other people's houses, right?
Yeah,
with the
that
kid
don't
that
know,
doesn't
the kid doesn't know.
Hey, let me show you, right? And so, my kids, they'll tell you, I question them. They're older now, but when they were younger, they'd be like, yeah, Dad, I'd leave, right? I would leave.
Yeah, right.
And so I think training and education is one of the biggest things we should be doing for gun safety.
Definitely. I completely agree. So let me say, this is in North Butler County Community Schools and Clarksville Community Schools in Iowa. So they'll be teaching a mandatory course in hunting safety through a physical education curriculum. The website Radio Iowa reported. Now, high school students grades 9 through 12 will be able to receive this training, but it's not mandatory for them because they're already past the 7th and 8th grade. This will be from the next school year on.
That's so funny. When I grew up, we did hunter safety in our high school. And then the first day of deer season, most people didn't show up. And it was understood and it was accepted, right?
It makes sense, right?
Right? It does.
I mean, you had so almost everybody had either a truck or a car, and in that truck or car was either a rifle, shotgun, or pistol.
Oh my God! Yeah, right there on the back.
It was right there. You had it on the back. Everything was sitting back there. It was all good to go.
Yep. The world. It's a much different world now.
It is. It is. Really you can't even. What you can't even have. You can't even carry something. You can't even put it in your car hidden, and it be in the parking lot of a school nowadays.
Right. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's completely crazy. Yeah. And the only thing that I think of with this is if they're doing this, I wonder if these are going to be, like the hammer's taken out, or that it can't fire, like they take out the trigger pin and everything like that. So, would that still be usable? Would that still be safe for them? I mean. You got the trigger, but that you take out everything that makes it fire.
I guess if you throw it at them.
Right. But I'm talking about for like the safety issue, like
the safety piece,
teaching them safety about it, like being able to utilize it in this form or fashion.
Yeah.
Would it be that point to where you'd say, okay, obviously it doesn't have bullets. Obviously they can't fire an actual fire a bullet out of this, but at least they get to handle it. They get to understand it. They get to do the basis of that. Is that?
That's probably my guess. Is they're going to take a trigger component out, or they're going to use the 3D printed guns that feel and look like a gun, right?
Okay,
right?
Maybe,
and just to kind of show. My guess is when we did the hunting classes and things like that, it was more legal. Things about what you can and can't do, never point a gun, that type of stuff. There was never like a firing exercise per se. My guess is there'll be some sort of disabled gun at some point. There's plenty of training dummy guns, they call it. Right?
Yeah, basically a wooden gun or something of the sort that has like it has a metal barrel, but it basically has a wooden stock and everything, and just a little. It has a trigger, but you can't really pull it.
Yeah, or you can take the fire pin out too, and still everything will function the same.
Yeah, it clicks, but nothing happens.
Right.
Yeah, so you can do that, and that's exactly what it says rolling down here. So there are no operable firearms at all.
You should just do paintball guns, right?
No, airsoft.
Airsoft. There you go.
Airsoft, because not only do they look like it.
Yeah.
And so you can get. I mean, they look fully like it, except for the little red tip.
Man,
it's perfect. It's a little little plastic pellet guns.
Oh my
That's
God!
great.
Not to distract you from where you're going, but I had one of the best experiences, like on the with the paintball and the airsoft out right off of 98 with my kids.
There's a great field out there where they got that aircraft sitting right there.
Jet,
oh yeah.
We were in some small little, looked like a wooden village from back in the days when the first settlers came type of thing.
Yeah.
They did a zombie thing. Took my kids up. I was proud, man. It was just me and my 2 boys and a couple other kids. We went into a tower and won the thing, man.
Very nice.
Yeah, it was great. My kids were so proud.
So you guys just you sat on the tower, didn't you?
Yeah, I was directing them, shooting. Yeah, I put people here. I had them going, man. I had a little bit of Marine Corps strategy on. Found us a good spot where they couldn't come from behind, and we just made it happen.
Gosh, that's amazing. And that would be that sounds like a great time to have. Now, before we get to this, there's something else that is a great time to have. If you guys watched Mojo 5-0 on Thursday night, you know exactly what I mean. And what I'm talking about is the rightongame.com. So if you go to rightongame.com, use the promo code Mojo50, you get 10% off on one of the best board games out there. Now, what are we talking about? We're talking about it's everything that you need to make fun of the left.
There you go.
And they do it for the purpose of making fun of the left.
There's a lot to make fun of, for sure.
There is a lot to make fun of.
I say that with a bated breath because I'm like...
Well, there is because mocking the left feels so right. That's their catchphrase. They have things on there where the categories are like race hustler, wussification of America, earth snobs, Islam abomination, Hollywood hypocrisy, campus coddling, feminism folly, rainbow games, and millennial entitlement.
Oh. The entitlements.
And what I mean is, if you guys go back to not now, but after the show, go back to the video feed where the guys were playing it. They were smoking cigars, having a few drinks, and playing the rightongame.com right in the office. Go watch it and go see it. Now, they did what they want you to do. And what is that? They want you to videotape yourself playing the game.
Oh, I like that. That makes some good video. Yeah,
it makes some good video.
Good
Not
time,
only exactly. Not only that, but it's a contest. So here's the deal. You make a video of yourself playing the game with your family, especially with somebody that you know that this would mess up. And what you do is you take that video, and when they announce it from the 22nd to January 2nd, they're going to have a place where you can go submit those. The first place winner gets an Amazon Echo Show, which is a $130 value, plus they get an Amazon gift card for $25.
Awesome. That's awesome.
I know. It's pretty great.
That looks like a fun game, too.
It is. And it's amazingly fun. And we should definitely, I'm going to invest in it for my family. Of course, it's an adults-only game.
You think?
Yeah.
Define adult.
At least 17.
Okay.
At least 17. Please keep it at the 17 level. It's
no videos with an 8-year-old.
Don't do the 8-year-old playing. I won't be doing that. So, speaking of videos and everything else that's been going on and oppression and what the left doesn't get right. 6 years ago, the Venezuelan National Assembly led by former President Hugo Chavez, enacted a law to disarm all of his citizens. Thousands of guns were seized by force, and now many citizens look back, and they regret that they gave up their ability to fight an oppressive regime.
Has it ever worked out? Has any population ever had their guns or their weapons taken away from it? Has it ever worked out for them?
No.
It does not. History shows that. It's craziness.
Yeah.
It's craziness. You don't get me started.
Don't get you started. No, I want to get you started. That's the thing.
There's so many times my father. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're fine.
My father ended up being on the socialist fashion of things.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's the craziest thing. And you listen to him talk, and it's like you can see it right there in front of your eyes, right? You see Venezuela.
Mm-hmm.
And you see France now, right?
Yes, in flames.
In flames, and they still push that narrative that capitalism doesn't work.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you, any story in America, it's I wouldn't make it in any other country. If I was born in any other country, I don't think I would be sitting here right now having this conversation with you about Tar River Arms.
So probably not.
It just amazes me that they still keep going and they ignore the things that are right there in front of them in real time today.
Oh yeah, and I mean, so you have this, right? So 2013, he enacted the Control of Arms, Munitions, and Disarmament Law. It banned all commercial sales of guns to all except the government. Guys, and resulting in more than 12,500 guns being seized by authorities. Now, that's actually a very small amount, but it is just Venezuela.
Right. That's probably a big part of the population.
Right,
I don't even know how many people they are, but that is
I don't know how many people are there, but more than likely, if the population size, if that is the gun amount, more than likely it's only about 10% had guns.
Yeah. That's probably about right. Or they buried them somewhere.
Or they buried them. But
they're not using them yet. So.
Right, they're not using them. They've taken good care. So Venezuelans didn't care enough about it. That was a quote from Javier Venejas. Said it like a native.
Nice, I know. You have a little going in there.
Yeah. Got to get that in there. So a teacher who was exiled from Venezuela to Ecuador, according to Fox News, the idea of having the means to protect your home was seen as only needed out in the field. People never have believed they needed to defend themselves against the government. Venezuelans evolved to always hope for that our government would be non-tyrannical, violator of human rights, and hope. Just hope. We have hope and faith of the charity of our government.
In my career, my previous life, hope is never a strategy. Every time I heard that, and I grit my teeth, but it's not a strategy.
I hope for the best. I do too, but guess what? Let's actually plan for something. So Venezuela, quote, Venezuela shows that the deadly peril when citizens are deprived of the means of resisting the depredations of a criminal government. That was Koppel. Is his name Koppel? Is it Koppel? Ted Koppel?
Like Ted Koppel.
Ted Koppel. Told Fox News, quote, the Venezuelan ruler, like the Cuban masters, apparently viewed citizen possessions of arms as a potential danger to a permanent communist monopoly of power. Well, duh. Duh.
But it's socialist, right? Not communist.
Oh, no, they're communist.
It's a first step.
Yeah. It's always a first step. I mean, socialism is, and you could say democratic socialism, you could say whatever. I don't care if you're voted in. What happens after you get voted in is the problem.
Yep. And who comes after you.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
That's what it's all about.
Whoever comes after you, who voted you in, everything that happens there. That sound means that it's time for commercial break. We will be right back, folks, with more of the Defenders of American Exceptionalism live on Mojo 50. Hold on. Hey guys, we're in a commercial break. Yay! I don't like commercial breaks, so while that's happening on the radio side, we're just kind of hanging out here. It's 2 minutes. Let's see what you guys got going on. Buy a cannon. They still got them down there, yes? I don't think so, Nicole.
I think you can legally own a cannon.
You could. Well, you can here.
I don't know where you would shoot it, though.
I don't know where you would be able to carry it.
Yeah.
Lori, you're here. So let's see what's going on. We got, wow. They're not going to be made anymore, then what about the ammo? The ammo's 9s. It's 9s, so it's okay. It's just,
I have an interesting theory about that one.
What do you mean?
I don't know if it's a theory, but I think that, we're covered from, I don't know how much time I got. We're covered by Second Amendment from a gun perspective. That's a hard one. Without tearing up a piece of paper, that's a hard one to overcome, but ammo is another one. Ammo has no legal protections that I know of.
Right.
And so you can treat it like a cigarette, right? Tax it out of existence, tax it out of affordability.
Right.
I'm actually surprised that hasn't happened, right? I keep expecting that to be a thing.
An ammunition thing. They do have that in California.
Yes. Oh, God. California has also, I don't know how to get away with what they get away with, honestly.
Because it's a state full of liberals and everybody's running away from it, so nobody cares.
Yeah. I don't know how people afford to live in California. It's craziness. It's a beautiful state, but gosh.
They are crazy, and it's way too much money. Way too much money. Let me see here. We got, oh, gosh, you guys have been active on here. Hold on. Steven is the new gun modeler. That was very QVC. Thank you. Thank you. Even your grandma would buy it. That's very nice. I'm the new hands guy. You know.
Yeah, that was impressive, man. I like the way you did that. We got a gun TV thing going on here.
Yeah, we can definitely do that. I'm okay with that.
GTV?
Perfectly fine. Mm-hmm.
Model expert.
And we're back. You're listening to the Defenders of American Exceptionalism. We are live. We have the president, CEO, founder of Tar River Arms with us, Kurt.
Heck yeah. Hey, how's it going, everybody?
There he is. They tax you for breathing in California. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, they do.
Or farting.
Or anything.
Yeah.
Methane gas
There's
is
a methane gas problem.
pretty horrible over there, I hear.
I just say farting on there.
Yes, you did, but that's okay. See, usually we insinuate a little bit and we ring the bell, but you went straight for it, so no worries about that.
I'm new to this thing, man.
It's okay.
I just go. Listen, I tell people all the time. I just go forward and don't look back.
That's it. That's it.
A lot of things missed, a lot of things, but what's gone.
You're progressing in the right direction.
There you go.
Going forward, moving onward, as it would be, and moving onward as we do. A federal judge has struck down the Affordable Care Act, saying that it's unconstitutional. Well, duh. We've told you that since its founding. See, a federal judge in Texas issued a ruling on Friday declaring the Affordable Care Act unconstitutional, apparently setting the stage for another hearing on the health care law by the U.S. Supreme Court.
Guess double jeopardy doesn't apply there or something.
Double jeopardy doesn't apply there. I mean, come on. Think about it. I mean, if double jeopardy applied, that's only for criminal.
That's only for
criminal
actions.
actions.
I was just kind of joking there.
But
Fail.
Yeah, it's all right. So the ruling by U.S. District Judge Reed O'Connor invalidates what's commonly referred to as Obamacare nationwide, and cast into debate the survival of the law at the eve of its deadline for tens of millions of Americans to sign up for health coverage. This kind of comes out because with the fact that it was mandatory or taxed. You know, you were going to get taxed on it if you didn't do it.
Right. That by itself should have dictated that it was unconstitutional. That was the one thing that struck me in that whole conversation back in the day.
Yeah.
When I forget the lawyer's name that was pitching that argument to the Supreme Court. He kept going back from tax to penalty. And he would use those two terms where it fit, where it wouldn't be considered a problem. Right? right. From a legal perspective, because taxes, they have to be passed by Congress, right? Is that a new tax or something to that nature had to happen? And they were skirting that whole process. I just remember that whole conversation. That was the one thing that stuck out among a lot of, but it was
among other things.
He just kept switching his argument back,
like Justice Roberts, switching his no to a yes.
That was a surprise.
No, it wasn't. The guy was played.
It was what
the guy was played.
I mean, was it to protect the validity of the court? I think
that's what he said.
Yeah.
But if you also looked at him, he looked like he'd been in a cold sweat since 2 nights before, and his eyes were all bloodshot, like somebody had threatened his wife.
Yeah, you think he got that call in the middle of the night?
I'm pretty sure he got that call.
If you don't say no, we got this on you, that type of.
Yeah, I'm almost dead certain that was it.
Get down into the conspiracy. Yeah, I mean, it seemed like it was going the right way, and then all of a sudden he just switched.
Oh, he had both. He had both points. Like he had an entire, he had an entire dissension written, and then what he did was he rewrote the dissension to approve it.
Yep. I think I did see somewhere around. Yeah.
That was very hurried.
Something happened. He got that call.
So he got that call, and Dylan, I think you might be right. The judge, all he did was extend the possibility of Obamacare to live a tad bit longer. You might be right on that. And here's what I mean. Hey, at the end of the day, if this goes back to the Supreme Court, here's what's going to happen. You have the new justice on the court and everything like that, who's already proven himself to not stand up for the legal definitions of constitutionality. On the cases that he's already been approving and disapproving of what they're actually going to hear over the course of this next season. So what this does is this pushes it all the way till next year, if it does get pushed to the Supreme Court. And along with that, our brand new justice is basically a swing vote.
Wow. Talk about the crunch position right there.
He is the second swing vote. That's the other point. So you had Kennedy, you have Anthony Kennedy, who's been the swing vote of the court for the entirety that he's been there, all 700 years. And and you have this new guy coming in. And like we said, like we wrote about, like we articulated multiple times before all these sexual scandals and allegations that we knew were false, before all that, we told you guys he's a progressive. And he's proving it. And I see very soon, very shortly, that this man is going to prove it again by saying that, no, we're not even going to hear the case.
That's what I was wondering, right? Because it's already been heard once. I was wondering how it's going to go back up. And
I mean, it can.
Absolutely
it can.
I'm just curious tomorrow, how many people are going to come out, how many people are going to die.
Right.
I mean, people are going to die by the thousands, apparently. But, yeah, that's interesting. I can't wait to see where that ends up and how that goes and how they handle that as a second time around.
Well, that's the thing. Like, how are you going to handle that? It doesn't really make any sense about what you're going to – you're going to relitigate the entire thing. What? Ruth Bader Ginsburg is going to sleep through another 5 days of testimony about the thing and then vote completely against it because she goes on the Constitution of the Congo or some other crap like that. Because she'd rather go with the brand new constitutions of other countries that have no foundation in our government or anything like that than go by our own constitutions. And then you have the brand new swing vote. So, I mean, really? That's what you're going to do? You're going to do that? Okay. Not a problem. You know what you can do? Instead, let's just talk some Liz Warren. Everybody,
love that picture.
Isn't that a great picture?
Yeah.
Everybody knows Pocahontas for who she is and what she is. A giant liar that's been way too long in our government. From California, too, I believe, originally.
Is that where she's from originally?
Originally, but Massachusetts. Massachusetts. But I thought it was California because she's just so freaking crazy.
She'd probably do well there.
She would do well. Yeah. She would do well. She would.
She's doing pretty well now. But
Well, she's doing very well for herself. I mean, she makes millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah, they all do, right?
Yeah, almost all of them.
That's my favorite.
It's like how can you be a socialist and make millions and millions of dollars? Be in government.
And tell everybody else not to make those millions of dollars. It has to be shared across the board.
Right.
Yeah.
It has to be shared across the board.
Although it would be fun to see her on the stage with Trump.
It would be. It would be. Actually, I think she's been on stage once with Trump.
Did she feel intimidated and
I don't
stalked and all those things?
She was very, very, very stricken.
Yeah.
Very stricken. She could see that his TP was made. But anyway. So, months after she challenged President Donald Trump with a private DNA test intended to prove her claims of Native American heritage, Senator Liz Warren of Massachusetts admitted that she is not a person of color. Slow clap, everybody.
Truth.
Slow clap.
It's all good now.
It's all good. She's fine. She is the whitest white person that has ever whited the earth. She is whiter than mayonnaise on Wonder Bread. This woman
with high cheekbones.
With very high cheekbones. The admission came when she was speaking at Morgan State, a historically black college in Baltimore, Maryland. See, as a country, this is a quote now, we need to stop pretending that the same doors open for everybody because they don't. She told the audience, and she quoted the Washington Post, quote, I am not a person of color, she added, and I haven't lived your life or experienced anything like the subtle prejudice or more overt harm that you may have experienced just because of the color of your skin.
She did benefit a little bit that. She may not have lived their lives, but she did benefit a little bit, right?
She definitely benefited. I mean, she got the first person of color in Harvard as a what, as a teacher?
I don't know.
She was a teacher there, and she got the first teacher of color.
I knew she was faculty, but I don't know if they all teach, right? Like,
she was faculty. But, I mean, what does she got to teach? How to fake your Indian heritage? Ooh. She taught law. That's actually true. She did teach law. Yeah. Nice. That's terrible. It's not good, people.
Well,
it
she
is
seems
not.
to understand it pretty well, so I figured that's what she would be.
I mean, she understands how to get around it. she knows how to get around it.
Yeah, she does.
Ah. Speaking of law, have you guys gone to charitymagnets.com? Charitymagnets.com. They design and produce beautiful, high quality production law enforcement supporters and enthusiasts. They do keychains. They don't just do magnets, but they also do like the stickers for your cars, the window stickers. They do keychains for your thing, like little badges and things like that. They also do magnets.
Cool.
Yeah, they do magnets as well.
All the fun you can have with magnets.
Yeah, all the fun you can have with magnets. But these guys, it's all military members and private citizens dedicated to honor, integrity, and helping others in times of need. Each sale that they have, a donation is made to the Cops for Kids with Cancer, which is great. Those people have put more than $2.5 million into the donations to help cancer research and kids with cancer. CharityMagnets.com. CharityMagnets.com. You use the promo code MOJO. You get $5 off any purchase. So promo code MOJO, $5 off. That's CharityMagnets.com.
I'm going to have to check that out.
That's actually pretty cool, right?
Tar River Arms magnets, yeah.
Yeah, you get Tar River Arms. Go get your gun at Tar River Arms, and then go get a magnet so that when you get pulled over, you have the police badge magnet that's actually on your license plate, and it makes it a little better. Makes the conversation a little easier.
Yeah, you think.
You would hope.
You would think.
You would hope.
I had a friend try that. Friends police or something. I guess it used
FOP?
to work for. Yeah, it used to work for him up in New York. He tried it in a little town of Wake Forest, and I think that the words that came out of the cop's mouth was.
Well, see,
I can't say it on there, but it was interesting to listen to him tell that.
Okay, so there is a difference. I'm going to go a little tangent on there. I used to sell life insurance. Right. Scary, I know. I used to sell life insurance, and one of the industries that we used were the Fraternal Order of Police. And so you got the FOP and all of those, and we were going to their houses. So if you got pulled over for any reason,
you were good.
No, you weren't good. No, actually, no. Here it's it's not a where we don't have. It's a right to work state. We don't have the unions and everything like that. So here, especially here, they'll be like, oh, so you do some of our benefit stuff. That's cool.
Great. Here's your ticket.
Here's your ticket. Have a good night.
Yeah. I mean, this guy had a card, too. It was like a driver's license card.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was craziness.
Yeah. See, here, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. The cops, the officers here on that point they're not really worried about that, because those people, they really kind of stick it to them.
God bless them, though.
God bless the cops, though, especially around here, because these guys definitely need it. So let's kind of switch gears. We were at cops. We were at Right to Bear Arms. We've done a couple of stories about a few other things, talking about Pocahontas, but let's kind of hit a hard note. Mercy killings. We've talked about this a little bit on the show, about the assisted suicides and things like that that's been going on recently with doctors and hospitals. But this one is a little bit different. So an elderly man is accused of murdering his wife, and they're being shown a sentence of mercy killing. So, like we said, assisted suicide is illegal in most of the United States. There are a few places that it is legal, a few states that it is legal. On Wednesday, a man in Clinton, Mississippi, shot and killed his wife of over 40 years at a rehab center in a suspected mercy killing.
God, that's not mercy. Shot?
Yeah, killing your wife is not mercy. So this 70-year-old man, I'm not going to say his name, told the police upon his arrest that his wife, also 70, had told him. Had told him.
No recording, huh?
Right, no recording, just nothing like that. Can't record it. Had told him that after a recent stroke, she didn't want to live this way. He's been charged with murder and denied bond.
Oh, so they're not buying that, huh?
I don't think they're going to buy it.
No, they're not buying that.
I don't think so. Clinton police, Lieutenant John Fraser. This is the saddest crime I have ever worked. They were married. They were each other's shadow. They cared for each other a lot. But there's something. There's some indication that the victim said she did not want to live like that.
That would be a really easy one, right? Recording, write down
something. I need to. You can't.
Don't arrest my husband.
You can only speak. So you can't, like, if you have a stroke, maybe your proper hand.
Oh, good point.
For writing, you can't write anything. So if you can speak well enough, let's put a recording up to it.
Right.
Cover your butt.
That's true.
And that sort of thing. But at the same point in time, it doesn't matter.
No.
It's still illegal, guys. Still illegal. How did? So he's posted without bail. The Riverfront Times article revealed that over 30 Missouri homicides involve offenders of the age of 75 or older in recent decades. Only one perpetrator was sentenced to a prison time. The author stated that the stories raise the question of whether at a certain age you can just get away with murder.
Oh, it's an age thing now. That's good, right?
You ageist.
Yeah. So it's like Social Security. Once you hit Social Security, and then your murder's good after
that,
it's
all good.
All right.
62 and a half.
62 and a half? That's right. Okay.
62 and a half. You can.
Maybe do it before Social Security. Well, yeah. What's the age, right?
Right.
What's the age? We should argue about the age.
I think the age for Social Security is 60. Is it 62 and a half?
That's far away from me.
I think it's 62 and a half.
Is it 62 and a half?
I think it's something crazy like that to get the full thing without, if you don't have a disability or anything like that, just to get the full deal pulled out.
If you wait, if you wait more years, you get more, all that good stuff.
Yeah. You can here when I at 55, you can pull like half of it out.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter for me because I am too far removed from that for me to ever get any of this.
Yeah, I supposed to, but I don't think it's going to be around. I think they're going to break that sucker, man.
I'm not going to ask you your age, so don't worry about that. It's okay.
I got no problems with that.
But what I don't get it. Okay. All right. You're 75. You've lived 3/4 of a 100-year lifespan. You have a stroke. Okay? You have a stroke. You can't move as well. You don't get around as much. Are you saying that you can't get any joy out of life anymore?
I don't know the answer to that. I'd have to be there to know that.
You'd have to be
I'd have
in
to
the
be
situation,
there in that
right?
situation to know that. Yeah, I know that I wouldn't want to be laying in a bed kind of as a vegetable, right? Or that's a wrong word to say. Excuse me. God, I don't know if that's publicly correct, right? Vegetable.
No, you can.
Is
that's
that thing
okay.
you eat? Okay, cool.
You don't.
I forget where
you don't have to technically be PC here.
Okay. Oh man, I love it. I just feel like my
you
whole
don't
life
have
I
to be
PC everywhere I go.
No, not here. Please don't.
This is awesome.
It's a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, I know. I do struggle with that because in today's world, right? You got so much.
Well, with the guy, you're a marketing degree and all that other stuff. So
you got so much things that help your life better, right? If you're not mobile, you've got the ability to talk if you can't talk, right? So I don't know the answer to that at all. I don't.
But you have like people like what's his face? The super genius that can't move.
The one that just died.
That guy.
Stephen Hawkins.
Hawkins. He used his breath. He got a wheelchair. He used his breath, and he had a little computer that he could go type, and it would. That is exactly what I wanted to tell you, and that's fine. Everything worked.
Did you know he had an assistant for that chair? He had a guy that just followed him around just to take care of that chair. It was that
just in
complex.
case.
Yeah, just to keep it going.
That makes sense.
All the technology that was in that thing.
That makes perfect sense. I bet you anything. That guy had the most degrees in the world about mechanics and engineering.
Oh yeah.
And software programming. That guy had to have
everything.
Yeah,
exactly. Smart.
So if you think about that, okay, that guy lived for how long? I don't exactly know, but he was literally confined to a wheelchair since the late 20s, mid-20s.
Right, it was really early.
Mid-20s,
really young.
Mid-20s in his college years, if you follow the movie, and is going to university, but
and he got to go to the outer edge of space, right? So
basically,
you could do it, yeah.
So he did the entire thing, right? He followed the entire gambit. Of course, he was also a dick, and a lot of his theories that he used were wrong, and then he had to disprove his own theories, which then proved the theories that he disproved, 25 years ago. But those guys don't get remembered. The theories, the guys that had the theories that he screwed up, those guys never get remembered. But he gets remembered for the rest of his life as being a super genius.
Right. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way it works.
Yeah, that is the way it works. But let me ask you a question. So all this talk about strokes and assisted suicide and everything like that, if you could potentially help your body keep going without those things, without having strokes, and I'm not saying that it'll stop it, but it'll help your body prevent it. Would that be something that you'd be willing to do?
Yeah. Wait. Ask that one more time. Maybe I better
get
a little bit more in depth.
All right.
Elaborate with me, please.
If somebody had a formula of essential vitamins, minerals, and nutrients,
absolutely,
that you could take that's been proven to help your blood circulation, help your arteries get unclogged.
Kind of like Viagra, right? Something like that.
A little bit less. No, not Viagra. not quite like that. Of course, they do have a formula to help women's sex drive over 60.
There you go.
Or 50. There you go. Over 50, helping.
Yes, I absolutely would.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm a vitamin taker. I take whatever I can to try to keep myself going.
Well, so here's the reason why I ask that. There is an essential formula. If you go to saveyourheart.com, the Paulings Therapy Essential Formula. Now, the reason why they brought this out is because one, the founder, his wife had cancer and other things and all this other junk going into this mess, and they formed together this group of essential nutrients, vitamins, minerals that your body needs on a daily basis. The stuff that you don't get from your food today.
Right.
All the stuff that you don't get, and so and they mixed it together in a way that actually blended well, in a setup that would actually absorb into your body. Because if you take a bunch of multi-minerals, multivitamins, a lot of the time you're either overdosing on certain things, or you're not taking enough of another, or you're taking something with it that cancels it out, and you just don't know it. But this formula, not only will it help, it'll help ease the stress on your arteries, because every day your heart's pumping. And every day it gets a little harder and a little harder and a little harder, and plaque builds up and everything else. It'll help ease the stress on your arteries. It'll help reduce the plaque in your bloodstream. And they have multiple formulas that you can look at and use. The Paulings Paulings Therapy Essential Formula at saveyourheart.com. Use the promo code MOJO. Get 10% off. That's saveyourheart.com. Promo code MOJO. Get 10% off.
That's awesome. Great name, by the way.
I know, right? Saveyourheart.com.
Yeah.
I mean, who would think of that?
You can't. Yeah. Who would think it would be available?
I know.
That's not,
Wouldn't you want that if you were like a heart doctor?
Right.
Wouldn't you want saveyourheart.com?
Yeah.
Well, too bad.
I want it now, and I'm not any of that. So.
I know, right? That's a really good one.
Yeah.
Saveyourheart. Maybe they
saveyourheart.com.
.org.
P229.
.org.
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 Oh.
Tax free.
.us.
Yeah, .us.
Saveyourheart.us. There you go. Don't go to there. Go to saveyourheart.com. Get the Paulings Therapy Essentials.
I think we just confused the heck out of everybody. I don't remember Save Your Heart.
Well, that's what happens sometimes in a live read. I'm so sorry. It happens. We're live reading. All right. So, last thing before we get into a few things, because this is kind of funny. It's kind of scary. It's China.
Oh, this is horrible.
And by the way, you have to go to the link, because I'm not posting the pictures here, or it would get my video would get banned.
It makes you cringe.
My video would get banned. You have to go to the link. It's thesun.co.uk. It's there. Here's the title. Factory robot impales worker with 10-foot-long steel spikes after horror malfunction.
Sexual harassment. You think he was trying to sexually harass the robot, and the robot had enough?
Not that sort of horror.
Not that sort of.
Not that sort of horror. I think the robot. I mean, he
That's
was polishing the robot's metal, but I don't think.
You don't think?
I don't think he got the shaft from that sort of thing. See, a 49-year-old.
I'm starting to understand the bell now.
There you go.
All right, got it.
Named as Mr. Zoe was working at a night shift at a porcelain factory
Ding, ding.
in the Hunan province.
Oh, that looks so painful.
Yeah, I know. When he was struck by a falling robot arm. You see, the accident resulted in him being impaled with foot-long, half-inch thick metal rods.
Don't polish polish it.
Mm-mm.
Don't do that.
He was first taken to a local hospital before he was transferred to the Xingya Hospital in Central South University due to the severity of his injuries. I can get Xingya, but I can't get Central South.
Right, I was going to say your Venezuelan accent was a little bit better than your
thank
Chinese.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, it works sometimes.
Hardest language to learn, I think, is what I've heard.
Only for English-speaking people.
Only for English-speaking. Okay.
Yeah. Only for Americans.
Wow, I just learned something new.
Yeah, it's really funny
good,
because of how complicated our language is. Their language looks like gibberish to us, and it's the same way for them. Ours is the most complicated language, yet they learn it in elementary school.
Yeah.
With their Chinese. So 6 steel rods fixed on a steel plate pierced his right shoulder and chest. 4 penetrated everywhere else in his body. During the operation, doctors found that one of the rods missed an artery by 0.1 millimeter.
Wow.
Very. Ouch. Jeez.
How do they know that measurement? They put a ruler in there.
Yeah, they did. They did. Come on, they're like,
they're not worried about getting those things out. But
no.
Yeah, it makes a better story to know how far it is from.
Here's the thing: they couldn't do an X-ray, so they had to do it by hand.
Oh my God! I missed that one. Sorry.
They were relatively so big, so there was no means of getting fitting the patient into an X-ray machine with nail. While the nails themselves,
those are nails.
Yes, those are nails. No, those are spikes, guys. Those are spikes.
Torture devices, right?
That is, and they have look. They've got they're screwed in on the back end.
I wonder how they screwed them off. If it was screwed into the rubber, how did they get it? How did they get it off, man? Ow.
Oh, that's not good. All right. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. So a surgeons worked through the night to take out all the rods from his body.
They were polished, though.
They were polished very well. His condition is now described as stable, and he will undergo treatment for physiotherapy to assist his recovery. And he's already able to move his right arm. That's really good because his right arm was really bad. He got it in the right through the shoulder. Oh,
I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight. I'm gonna think about that.
Oh well, just don't drink any more coffee. You'll be all right.
That works. Yeah, your coffee's very good, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad.
The eggnog that really works well.
Yeah, the eggnog creamer in there. It's really good. So the maintenance technician was. Wait, what? Hold on.
A rogue robot. See,
Hold on. His condition is now described as stable. Mr. Zoe was lucky not to suffer the same fate as an American factory worker. The maintenance technician was killed by a rogue robot who veered into the area she was working in and crushed her head.
So that thing went off. I mean, it didn't went off, right? It terminated it. I mean,
that was a total Terminator motion.
They plugged it in the AI machine, and next thing you know, the thing's thinking. It's going crazy. I don't
Jules,
know why you're polishing me.
Acupuncture?
Oh.
Ouch, man. Ouch.
Is she guessing, or is she looking at that picture?
I think she looked at the picture.
All right.
Anyway, that music means that we are at the end of the show. And by end of the show, I mean this is the end, guys. We're done for the night. DOAEshow.com, DOAEshow.com. Go to mojo50.com. Also go to Mojo 5050 Tour. Figure out when the guys are going to be in your town come next year. Where should they find everything for you?
Tar River Arms. TarRiverArms.com or Tar River Arms WF on Facebook.
There you go, TarRiverArms.com.
Come join the conversation on Facebook.
There you go. Go to the Facebook page, everybody. Have a good night, guys.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.